Hi folks, this is Pastor Randy. I wanted to make a short video for those of you who will be working the Soundboard on August the 8th and August the 15th. We are going to use the Spotify streaming service for the worship backup for the worship team. I'm just going to go through on the computer how to set up the Spotify account. It's very, very easy, I think fairly intuitive. But just so you have an idea how to set that up and how to start and close it, I'm going to make this video for you. Now, of course, the first thing that we're going to do after we've turned on the power supply, and if you can't remember how to do that, there is a playlist of videos that will show you how that's done. But you want to start the computer up, and the button for the computer is right there. And once the power button is illuminated, the computer begins to start and go through its warm-up process. Okay, once the computer is started, you want to hit enter a couple of times so we get the prompt for the PIN. And the PIN for the church computer, or the Soundboard computer, is the last four digits of our phone number, 4678. And you don't even have to hit enter, and it will go to the desktop of the church computer. Now, after the computer starts up, you may get a stray message box. This one refers to OneDrive. That always comes up. We don't have to concern ourselves with that. We're just going to hit close. You're also going to want to set up the playlist on ZionWorks, which is this icon here. We're not going to go over that today for reasons already mentioned. But we are to have music for the service. We are going to start the Spotify program. Now we see here when we start up, or we want to start the Spotify music streaming service, we see on the menu bar this green circle with 3 lines. And you can see when I put the pointer over it, Spotify Premium comes up, and that's what we want. Now if that doesn't show up there, and you want to go to Spotify, just hit the Windows icon at the lower left hand of your desktop screen. Your different programs will come up, and you'll want to scroll down to Spotify and just hit that. But since it is on the menu bar, I'm just going to hit that right there. And lo and behold, Spotify begins and this page opens up. Now, to make sure that you're logged into my account, because if you're not logged into my account, you do not have a playlist for the morning service, you'll want to go to a little bit right of center at the top of Spotify to make sure my name is there. So this is my account, which means the music is there, there are no ads, and most importantly, the playlists are there. Now, there are a lot of things on this opening page that we see. We have Connect with Facebook. Don't need to worry about that. We have different playlists that I listen to, sang on Sunday, AM worship, so on and so forth. We don't want to concern ourselves with this. We have top shows. These are podcasts that I listen to. We're not worried about this. What we want for the corresponding Sunday that we'll be using Spotify for the worship service are the playlists. And they are located on the lower half of the left-hand side of this window or this startup page. You'll notice here we have 5 different playlists: August the 15th, August the 8th, prayer meeting, AM worship, and Discover Weekly. You will only need to concern yourselves with 2 playlists. For the 8th, the playlist marked August the 8th, and for the 15th, the playlist marked August the 15th. We're going to, since I have the song list printed out for August the 15th. We're going to go through the August the 15th playlist. So it's Sunday, August the 15th. We've just started Spotify, and now we want to hit that playlist, and the playlist comes up. The title of the playlist is quite big, so we know we're on the right one. We have the play button. We have the list of songs that will be sung. There's currently one that's missing, but that will be the complete list by the time the 15th comes around. And we're good to go. Now, a couple things about the playlist before we actually start playing. Number one, down here we have the, interface that controls the playing and the moving of tracks and whatnot of the songs, and also deals with the order of songs. You want to make sure that this first icon on this interface is not green. Let me show you what I mean by that. Here we're playing the first song on the list, which is This Is What I Believe. Now down here, this first icon, which is an X with two little arrows on it. Let me turn that down. Let me just pause that for a moment. This X with the arrows on it, this is the shuffle icon. If it's green, that means these songs will be shuffled randomly as we play. If it's white, these songs will play in order. You want to make sure, because we are playing these songs in order, that this first icon, this white X with the arrows, is white and not green. If it is green, after it plays this song, it may play Great Are You, Lord, but it may also play At the Cross or Lord, I Need You. So make sure that's disengaged. We also, and we're asking Soundboard people, on those two Sundays that they come before 9 to make sure everything's set up and to have a practice run with the worship team before service actually starts at 9:30 to do a sound check. And so the first thing you want to do is begin to play the song. Now, as it's playing you probably can't tell by the video, but the sound is really soft, and so people will have a hard time in following it. So you want to make sure that the volume is up to a point where you can hear the music, but it's not so loud that you can't hear the singers, and people are showing distress because the music is too loud. So you want to go over to one of these three blue slides, and you want to go over to the computer one, and you want to move that until the sound is at an acceptable level. And then of course you want to pause it. You can pause it either by hitting this icon down here, or this button up here. We're going to press that. Now, if we were to hit play again, it's going to pick up where it left off. So we just did a sound check. So what we want to do is make sure this slide, which shows the progression of the song, we want to make sure that it's all the way back to 0. And then we can go through and practice and then start all over again. Now, another thing to notice, At the Cross is the last song that we're going to do before there's prayer, offering announcements, and then the message. So you want to make sure that once At the Cross concludes, you hit the pause button. And then the closing song, you want to make sure, in this case on the 15th, it's Lord, I Need You. You want to make sure that that song, once it's completed, has been paused. Because if you don't, it's going to go ahead and play another song. Which is okay if the speaker asks for soft music to be played. But if the speaker or whoever is closing the service is speaking and doesn't want any music, you want to be sure that that's turned off. Now, once the service is completed, go ahead and X out of Spotify, shut down any other programs that might be on the computer, like PowerPoint if the speaker has a PowerPoint that day, and Zion Works, the lyric display program. Hit your Windows icon box, hit power, hit shutdown, and you're good to go. And because you didn't log out of Spotify, the next time you turn on the computer, you'll still be logged into my account.